What's up, guys? Look, we got a pretty good one for you this evening. I'm a certified Buckmaster's whitetail scorer, and through that process, I get to score some of the largest whitetails killed in America every year. I get to score some of them. I love them. Absolutely love it. Now, don't get it twisted. I don't want you to think, oh, he's a big buck killer. Look, I ain't no big buck killer. My theory and my philosophy from the time I got certified was kill what you want to, kill what makes you happy. Now, for the guys that like bigger deer, that's great. I love handling big deer. I like handling deer. I absolutely love handling deer. Let me correct that. I love handling deer that people are excited about. That's where Mark Taylor comes in. Mark always brings me whitetail deer, either Mark or his wife or some of his friends from where they hunt. And these guys love it. I mean, they are each deer they bring is something special. Mark hunts out of state, and I've been hearing a lot of grumbling from guys out of state that I didn't get drawn this year, man. It's the first year I didn't get drawn. I asked Mark the other day, did you want to do one about out of state? He said, yeah, but I'm not going to be able to go. Boom. Perfect. That's what I want to talk about. Mark Taylor, been hunting out of state for 24 years. Didn't get drawn this year. Mark's going to give you some of his thoughts on that. One of the best bow hunters I know. All right, let's get some sponsorship out of the way. Thank you to Marion State Bank. If you're going to bank local, bank with Marion State Bank. Go check them out. Marion, Farmerville, Drew, West Monroe's coming in, Sterlington. Man, they've got Farmerville. They've got branches all over North Louisiana. Go check them out. Second, Town of Farmerville and the Union Parish Tourism Commission. You guys rock, man. Thank you so much for what you do around Farmerville. If you haven't been and seen what we have going on in Farmerville, go check out the Town of Farmerville's Facebook page. We do videos once a month that showcase what's going on in and around the town. Love it. Thank you guys for what you do for our community. Discover Monroe, West Monroe. One of the best web pages and Facebook pages for North Louisiana that tells you the goings on in our area. Discover Monroe, West Monroe. Thank you so much for what you do around here. And Janet Fortenberry State Farm. You like a good insurance agent? Janet Fortenberry is the place to go. Check her out. Farmerville, Louisiana. Now, let's go to Kansas and talk with Mark Taylor. He's actually from Ruston, but we're going to talk about Kansas. Here we go. Me being a Buckmaster scorer, I get to meet all kind of people every single year. People who, kill big deer locally, people who kill big deer out of state. And I can tell you right now, somebody that I know that's going to be bringing deer every year. See, we score over at K&M Coffee. Well, Mark, I can't say K&M Coffee Quartz and Camo no more because they ain't got quartz and camo. It's just K&M.
No, they don't.
But we score over at K&M. We have the local buck contest right there. And even, Mark brings his deer, he and Shelly, and my goodness gracious, Mark, you guys do it every single year, man. You find a way to get nice deer every year. Hats off to you for that.
Yep.
First off, because that ain't an easy feat. But real quick, man, tell us who you are. Give me a little background on you.
So I'm Mark Taylor. I'm from Ruston, Louisiana. Went to a junior college in Kansas, and funny deal was Dad kind of gave me this speech. I wasn't gonna get to hunt much, and I was just ate up with it. And he's like, "You ain't gonna get to hunt as much. You're gonna have to focus on school and your sport." And well, funny thing was, I started duck hunting up there, which was not my thing. Never duck hunted a day in my life till I got there, and kept seeing a giant 10-point come out the same spot every day. And told Dad to overnight me with a bow. He's like, "For what?" And I was like, I'm gonna kill a deer. Like, I've got this deer. He comes out the same minute every day. So Dad overnights me a bow. Long story short, I built a blind and killed a 158-inch deer in 04. And the rest is history. We've been hunting up there since 04, and it's been really good. We had the same lease for 17 years. Lost half of it, but gained another 4,000. But we've been hunting up there a long time. And it's been good to our family. My wife killed big deer, brother, my dad, everyone. And I bring people from Union, like Jared Reiser. Everybody knows Jarhead, I'm sure, on this podcast.
Yeah.
He's one of my best friends, and he's killed some really nice deer with me up there. So he's got the benefit from it. But been hunting up there since 04.
What sport did you play?
I threw javelin.
Okay. Oh, you was a track man. Okay. Well, field. Let me clarify. You was a field man.
Not a running man. If you've
Okay.
ever met me,
Okay.
you know I'm not a running man.
Yeah, you ain't built for speed, baby. You ain't built for speed.
Nah, I'm a big guy. Long story short, I had the number one throw in the nation coming out of high school. I was a national champion 3
Really?
times. Yep. I went to a
Where'd you go to
JUCO
high
that
school?
one. Went to Ruston High.
Okay. Okay.
Played football and track.
Man, I didn't know you could throw that spear like that. If they legalize spear hunting, you gonna be ahead of the game, ain't you?
Yeah, yes, I can get them. Well, let me take it back. I
Hey,
used
for
to
real,
could.
have you ever thought about using one of them atlatls?
Now, what's the guy that hunts with the spear? Tim Grounds? Is that correct? Uh, he spear
Yeah, I
hunting.
think that may be his name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I could do it. I used
Man,
to
that
could
would
do it.
be cool.
I had
I,
Tommy John my freshman year. Tore my arm and just really never come back sane. But uh, I wouldn't take anything from my farmers and the people I met up there. Two of my best friends, and I don't know if I need to go down this path, but so you had athletic dorms, and then you had some people that lived on campus that were not from that, that were not athletic people, and I killed 6 ducks a day every day, unless my baseball buddies went.
uh-huh.
They rolled by. They said, "Hey, you want to go duck hunting in the morning?" I was like, didn't know from Adam. I was like, "No, I got a pretty good spot, And they was like, "We killed I think it was 36 or 42 mallards the day before or something." I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." And loaded up with them, went to their house, spent the night with them in St. John, Kansas, and rest is history. I mean, I've been hunting with them ever since up there.
Yeah. In that time frame, Mark, you have put in a lot of work and you've done a lot of good stuff. Um, have you always had success, or there have been years to where you didn't have success up there?
No, there's years where no, I didn't kill one. I mean, you know, cell phone cameras have come a long way. Everybody knows that on this podcast, and we always generally try to shoot a 4.5, 5.5, or older. And I would specifically pick out a deer and I'd hunt him. And if I didn't get him, I didn't get him. That was kind of my deal. Uh, so yeah, there was year. I mean, I never went 2 years without killing one, but yes, I definitely alternated. Like kill one, didn't kill one, kill one, didn't kill. But I never went in a 2-year drought. Let me put it that way. And this was
Okay.
100%
Okay.
bow hunting.
So yeah, that's all Mark does, guys. He's one of them that. Do you ever pick up a rifle at all?
Hadn't killed a deer with a rifle in probably 15 years or longer. Oh,
Oh,
so no,
man.
I'm a bow guy, and uh, have I had some 180, 190s at 70 yards? Yeah, a bunch of times, but it don't work that way with a
Mm-hmm.
bow and arrow. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You've helped me out a lot putting a bunch of deer in that record book. I should be there now, largely in part to you and your crew,
yeah,
to reach the master score.
I bet we still got 12 or 14 we need to put in there. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I need to get over and get in there and score some more for you.
This actually is
So
my
let's
son's
talk about
room in
why
the
we're here, man.
background.
I hear a lot of,
Go
yeah.
ahead. I'll say this is my son's room.
No, I see you.
The deer on my
Yeah.
right is actually a deer from Louisiana. I killed.
Really?
Yep.
Man, that's a
149.
good, what did it score?
149.78. Killed it here.
Man, that's awesome.
Yep.
Man, that is a big one. That is a huge deer. So let's talk about why we're here real quick.
Yep.
I hear a lot of grumbling about people not getting their draw for Kansas and not getting their draw for out of state. And you were the one of the ones I knew to come to talk to. So Mark, give me your thoughts on what's going on with Kansas and the lack of tags this year.
All right. So, this is my research. I know some biologists up there, and of course, I know some game wardens, and been up there a long time. So they basically give out 9,200 less tags statewide. That's 28% down. That's 28% less than they usually give. Now, I haven't got the reason behind that yet, but so 28% less tags statewide. I probably know personally 24, 28 people that didn't draw. So I think it's in the legislature now that, it's on a bill. They passed part of it. So when I started school up in there from 04 to 06, and I think up to 08 or 09, you could transfer landowner tags. So I could go to a landowner and they could transfer me their tag. Well, they went away in 09. They're trying to bring it back. The main reason is just like, I'm not going to get into numbers, but I mean, it's, 10,000 or more for the land we pay for. And we still have to pay for it whether we draw or not. They're going to give it to someone else. Or the landowner cannot get that extra money because no one will lease it. So basically, they're taking the money out of the landowner's pocketbook, basically.
I finally got it going. We got these hats on Amazon. Go right now to Amazon. I'm talking about Amazon.com, the same Amazon you always go to. Type in Antlers, A-N-T-L-E-R, I guess that's how you spell it, and with the and symbol, Hicks, H-I-C-K-S. You're going to come up with a few products from me. This slick hat is one. It is a Lost hat from the Lost Hat Company. You got the mossy oak bottomland. Everybody loves that with the new logo, and it is like a PVC. Man, it's raised up. It's sewn in. It ain't coming off. Go get it right now. Go check it out. Amazon. And get it. You won't be. Rep the brand, baby. Let's get a little love going. Holla. Y'all finish this podcast. Okay. Goodness. So, is that because there's and I know you said you don't know why. You don't know why they're issuing less tags.
I don't.
If you had to assume, okay, what would be your assumption with this? I mean, there's got to be a reason. They just aren't saying it or publicizing. What would you think?
I haven't got to the bottom of it. I don't even know where to start on that. I don't see less deer. The population is definitely not down. And as far as mature deer, no one goes to Kansas to shoot a 3.5-year-old. It just ain't. That's not what you do.
Right.
You're hunting a mature deer. I mean, so everybody doesn't kill, no matter how many tags they give. And I'm sure there's, people that do what they shouldn't do. But somebody like me, who's been up there for 20 years, I mean, if he ain't 5.5, we're pretty much not pulling the trigger anymore on a bow and arrow. And my neighbors are that way. The locals there, they're not going to shoot a deer they're not supposed to. So the size deer definitely hasn't went down. So I don't understand why there's 9,200 less tags. I don't have the answer to that.
Last year, I don't think I've ever scored as many deer from Kansas as I did last year. And I've been doing this since 2012.
Yeah.
And brother, it seemed like every other deer from out of state came from Kansas. What's going on? Why the emphasis so much on Kansas? I mean, you've got Ohio, Illinois, Texas. I can name several other states that kill big deer. Kansas, just for whatever reason, is on the radar.
I mean, this is probably opening up another can of worms, but I think Illinois is as good as Kansas. I mean, there's no doubt. You can buy overcrown tag there, but you can't feed there. So when I say that we lease 5,500 acres, we got 15 feeders running and know every deer on that premises. And I'm not saying a 5.5-year-old deer in the rut's not going to walk up there and eat corn. He's not going to do it. But he will come up there and get close enough to check that doe. So I think feeding in Kansas makes it a little bit easier than the other states, my opinion.
Yeah.
And that makes our success rate go.
Well, right. Absolutely.
It's not because he
Well,
comes
I
in there
talked
and eats. It's not because he comes in there and eats corn physically. He just comes in there and gets downwind, checks the does. He gets within 30, 40 yards, we get him. You know what I mean? Like, but he's not physically walking up to the corn pile in the rut. I mean, he ain't going to do it.
Yeah. I talked with a buddy of mine that hunts out of state, and one of his thinkings, because I can't remember if it was him or somebody else, said that this past year, if they saw a vehicle on the side of the road parked in the ditch, he said 9 times out of 10 it had a Louisiana license plate on. And he thinks that the YouTube generation, the put it on social media generation, has really changed in the last 3 years and really pushed towards that state. What say Mark Taylor? Do you believe that?
I think social media has ruined the whole world. If you want to get down to it, I mean, not just deer.
Yeah.
Everything's at the palm of your hand.
I know.
I mean, that's my beliefs on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, my daughter's walked in.
Hey, that's fine, baby. I'm daddy too, baby. I know how they can be. Them little rascals, they want to bring them in if they want to get on here, man.
He got 2 daughters. Yeah, but no, I think I think social media, yeah. I mean, that's pushed the whole world. I mean, everybody's going up there shooting 160, 170, 180s. I mean, do you blame someone for chasing that kind of deer? No, you don't.
No.
But I mean, yeah, but social media definitely has ruined every secret in America when it comes to
Very true. That is true.
hunting, anything, or Now we work hard and work with our farmers and feed them and build relationships. I mean it. But I've been up there 20 years, so I mean it's. But just because I've been there 20 years and I know everybody in the county, don't mean I get a tag. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Do you think it's too many people going up there? I mean, you've been up there for 20, going on 20 years now, man. Have you steadily seen it reaching, and maybe it's reached its apex? Do you think, or what are you thinking?
In my area, which I'm not going to say my area, but I don't see that many people hunting on the side of the road. I very rarely run into a bow hunter while I'm there. So I know what the county has issued as far as tags for out of staters, but I just obviously don't see them. But no, I don't see people all over the roads or where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I definitely have not seen a decline in age structure, which, being from Louisiana, which is another can of worms, but age structure is key anywhere in the country.
Oh yeah, I mean people can feed all the protein they want to, but if a deer, the proof's in the pudding. I mean, they get age on them, they're gonna get what you got in the background on them.
That's right. They're not, but people don't go up there. I mean, I'm not saying their first couple of years they won't mess up. I'm not saying that, but like, if they had been there a couple of years, they're not going to shoot a 4.5-year-old deer. Because they have 5.5 and 6.5, 7.5-year deer on camera. That's where the cameras come in place. And Billy, quit jumping on the bed. I'm sorry. That's where the cameras come in place, and it kind of shows you what's there, so it kind of makes you hold off even more.
Right.
Come here. You're shaking the bed. I'm trying to talk to Mr. Greg Hicks, the buck master.
Oh, you let them kids have fun, man. We'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get one more question in, Mark, and then we'll call this one a good one. I think we've covered some good topics.
Okay.
What's your plan now that you are out of Kansas. You can't go this year. Where you going? Where you going out of state? Because I know you're going somewhere.
I'm not. I'm going to take off. I'm not going anywhere unless Cooper invites me to Oklahoma or the Taylor brothers. But it'll probably be a coal hunt or a doe hunt. But I'm not gonna. I'm still going to Kansas to rut hunt like the same week I go every year. Gonna duck hunt and pheasant hunt, hang out with my farmers, feed them, and that's what I'm gonna do.
So we had a little technical difficulties, but we got Mark back. Last question. How's 2024 going to look for you, brother? Because I know you're going to go somewhere.
I will still make my rut hunt. Will not have a bow in my hand. Won't hunt. But I'm gonna feed my farmers and kiss baby, shake hands. Take care of my people up there, and I've got a couple buddies with tags, and so I'm just gonna be up there caping out deer and having a good time. But I'm not going hunting anywhere unless Jason Cooper takes me hunting in Oklahoma, which I would imagine it would be a coal hunt or a doe hunt.
Yeah.
He's not gonna let me shoot a trophy, but I mean,
yeah.
we'll go up there and but no, that's my plan. I got a big duck lease here, and I'll mess with that. And but no, I'm going to Kansas. I mean, my whole family will still go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because we don't have a tag, don't mean we're not going to go.
I know it means a lot to y'all, man. Y'all make a big deal out of that Kansas hunt.
Yeah, I mean, we got a house up there, and some acreage up there, and I mean, we have a good time up there. We really do. It's like a vacation. You see Knothead in the background back here.
I see. Hey, let me ask you something real quick. All
right.
What keeps people going out of state? Why do they want to go? Why, I've heard for years that the deer acted different. Do they act different out of state than what they do right here locally?
I would say that you would go anywhere in the Midwest and you will get to see a buck do exactly the way that God made him.
Yeah.
He's gonna make scrapes, he's gonna rub, he's gonna chase does. I'm not saying you don't see it in Louisiana, but it's not near as common here.
Yeah.
So you basically get to see the rut, in my opinion, the way God made it. I mean, you're getting to see a deer that gets to see a car 3 times a day instead of thousands of times a day. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like it's just different.
Yeah.
A deer gets to be a deer.
Yeah.
Up
Man,
there.
Now that we've got good internet so far, I'm gonna roll with one more. Okay, we're gonna go one more. We talked about earlier about other states. Brother, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a guy that I follow in Ohio who is a Buckmaster certified scorer, and that's Toby Hughes. And if you haven't followed Toby Hughes, you need to. If you like,
look him up after you told me.
Hey, it is impressive how many deer right there in Ohio. And there's another guy in Ohio that scores, Ed Waite, and Ed scores just as many as Toby. Yep. And yet, the only thing my buddies around here talk about is going to Kansas. And I'm like,
I've got a place in Ohio. I've been invited. It was a guided deal. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with paying someone and sitting on a stand and doing what they do. But that's not the way we were raised. Like we were raised to do it ourselves, fix it up, and when we kill that deer, it means that much more to us because we tricked him.
Yeah.
That's the way we feel about it. But if I had one other state, I did put in for a preference point this year in Iowa. I bought my preference point.
Okay.
It's going to take me about 5 years, 6 years, and I'm going. And then I think Mother Dream State would probably be Wisconsin.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They put more Boone and Crockett's in the book than any state in the country.
Yep.
So once I get Iowa knocked out, I'm 38, so I get Iowa knocked out, and I'll probably go to Wisconsin next.
You chase them turkeys hard as you chase them whitetails?
No, sir.
Really?
I enjoy it. I'm a little background. I used to be a big white perch tournament guy, so I'd much rather catch white perch than I would turkey hunt. So
Okay, well, Jared Reiser put you on them white perch. He helped you with them white perch, ain't he?
now he don't help me with them. Now he may tell you otherwise, but we competed we competed against each other for a while. He's a stud, but him and Fields.
Yeah, him Fields hard to beat, man.
That national championship, 3 years ago, I led it for 2 days. They beat me for third.
Oh, heck.
Oh, yeah. But I wouldn't want nobody else to win it but them. They're both good friends.
That's right. They good folks, man. They good folks. Yep. All right, dude. Well, look, I appreciate you taking your time, man. Yep. This is a family podcast, and I'm glad to see them kids in the background there having fun and getting involved, man. That's good stuff.
That's right. Oh, yeah. He hadn't got to go to Kansas yet, but I started out with spikes and 6 points, so I'm going to get him the same results as I got when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
We're not finna go up there and shoot on 160 and just be spoiled.
Yeah, don't spoil him, Mark. Don't spoil him. Get him out there and make him struggle a little bit.
That's right.
That's right. And, hey, you know what's going to happen? Y'all going to walk out there and you're going to kill something like that Louisiana deer you got back here. That'll be your luck right there.
Yeah, exactly. But, well, Mr. Greg, I sure appreciate you having me on.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on, brother. And come up here and visit with the K&M this year. Don't be a stranger. Just because you ain't bringing one don't mean you can't come hang out.
Oh, I'll come. All right.
That's right. All right, brother. We'll see you.
See you.
Who was that?